And we are back here at Acumen Stadium for the second match of the day. Earlier we saw the Royals women's team beat the Saints 3-2 on a late goal by Joelle Mitten. My name is Dan Dominguez. I'd like to thank you for joining us here at Acumen Stadium on the beautiful campus of St. Clair College here in Windsor, Ontario. The men taking the pitch, the Royals are in town, led by third-year head coach Matt Hahn. Last year the Royals were 3-7 during the regular season and eliminated by these very Saints from postseason play 3-0. The Saints, on the other hand, had their most successful season in school history. They were 7-2-1, got knocked out by Seneca and the OCs, but because they were hosting the Nationals, they got that final bid in the tournament. Had a great run, defeated Keano College 4-1, earning the national bronze medal for the CCAC National Championship Tournament. Quite a bit of turnover for this roster for the Saints, including Mike Baraslevsky, who's retired after 32 years, and now the interim head coach, Steve Vanini, takes over. There's the referees doing their final checks. And you can see this one, WeDigital.ca, in partnership with St. Clair Saints Athletics, bringing you this broadcast. Lots of action here on opening weekend. We're ready for the opening kick. Softball going on about 50 yards behind us in the sports park. St. Clair Saints men's baseball team on the road at Sioux College, and a big OFC football game right here at Acumen Stadium at 7 o'clock tonight. But as usual, you can see all the action on WeDigital. So the Royals are going to kick off first. They're going to be going left to right across your screen. Still a bit of a breeze. The breeze coming from right to left. We saw that advantage a little bit in the women's match. And you can see the shirts of the players blowing in the wind a little bit as they're waiting for the referee to blow this ball into play. Caden Smith at midfield waiting for the go-ahead. And there's our whistle. And the men's OCAA soccer season is underway here at Acumen Stadium. Saints against the Royals. The ball at midfield. Caden Smith pushes it far side. Couple of nice moves from the Royals forward, but the ball is turned over. Oglen pushes it back, and the Saints are going to regroup. Sesko pushes it over to the far side. That's Saba midfield, number 37 from Leamington. And Silva, you saw, number 10. We talked about the turnover of the roster. They had 41 goals the Saints did in the regular season last year. Only 2 of those goals are on this roster, and those both came from number 10, Silva. A lot of those goals are actually sitting in the assisted coach spot with Massimo Pollard helping out Coach Vanini this season, along with Johnny Ferry and goalie coach Anthony Santilli, rounding out his coaching staff. Vanini, his 7th year with the college, but his first year with the men's in the interim role. So the Royals push it, and the goalkeeper comes way out of his area and pushes the ball, and the Saints have possession on the near side. That's Moscatello. The keeper's everywhere right now. That's Brandon Gaudreau, 6-footer, 3rd year at a Windsor, St. Joseph's High School. So he's active back in the goalkeeper area. We're in the 2nd minute of this one. That ball's turned over. The Saints have it. Looking for a lane. He gets pushed from behind. They play on. And the Saints come away with it. That's Mayu in the middle of the field. Mayu looking for a runner now. Oh, bad pass on the near side. Missed the forward completely, threw it, passed it behind him. Nothing Moscatello could do with that pass. And that'll be a throw-in. Zion Brown throws it in. Vanderkruk, a defender, number 5, along with Prue on the far side. That ball trickles past the line, and that'll be a throw-in for the Saints. So the team, you're going to have to take them getting used to each other, this Saints team will. A lot of overhaul from last year's roster. Tanner Page, Massimo Pollard, the Nizam twins, all gone from last year's roster in that national bronze medal. Talking with Coach Vanini before the matchup, and he is talking, this team's going to have to focus on defense first. Defense and hustle. They don't have the goal scorers they had last year, so they got to win those 1-0 games, 2-1 games, and work from the back end up. As you see on their defense as they're playing a 4-4-2. So a battle at midfield. And there's Sevi Oglin, you see, the 5'2" player from Windsor in the middle of the field. And there's Saba now with the ball. There's a battle for the ball. Saba runs past it, but now keeps it under control. Nice pass down the lane, Oglin. And the Saints look to clear their end. Nice pass up to Gualtieri. The Saints have a little momentum on the far side. Gualtieri. And that's Sevi. They got a ball on the far side. Nice save by the keeper. And that ball is cleared away. It looks like a foul against the Saints. Gualtieri with the push. But a huge chance for the St. Clair Saints to get the first goal of their season. But the keeper was up to the task. That's Matthew Dirks. 5'10" out of Burlington, Notre Dame Catholic Secondary School, his second season. We're into the 5th minute now. Big boot down the center. That's headed away by Patrick Mayu. Saba sends it to the far side. Mastriani can't get it from the defender. That's going to roll all the way to Dirks, the keeper. And he sends it down the middle of the field. That's Windsor. Micah Windsor, number 13. He's out of Malaysia. We got a run down the near side. Alvis has it. 1-on-1. Defended nicely by the Saints, and they turn the ball over. The Saints turn it over in time. Back and forth now it goes. Sevi Oglin pushes it up. Oglin tries to sprint past the defender. He does. The 5'2" forward just blowing past the defender, but finally pushed. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. So Oglin, 5'2" out of Windsor. A lot of speed down that left wing. And it'll be a goal kick for Dirks. Dirks just left foots it over to the defender and lets him take it upfield. That's big number 5, Vanderkruk, 6'2". You see with the ball right now. Hamilton District Christian Secondary School's 3rd season. Nice give and go from the Royals. Nice little touch pass from Redeemer, but the Saints have it. Crowded on the near sideline. They're going to go all the way back to the keeper. Being chased by Caden Smith, number 11. Caden Smith is out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. And in his high school career, had an outstanding high school career. He had 61 goals and 49 assists coming out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. So we'll see if he'll help with some of this offense. His last season, they only scored 12 goals, gave up 26. They had a 3-7 record. The Saints were 7-2-1 last year. They go all the way back to the keeper again. They slow the pace down with this one. And that's Vanderkruk now here in the 8th minute. Playing back and forth with his keeper. That ball heads to midfield. Saba comes away with it. And he'll look to push it back to his defender. Jadar, that's a tough one to pronounce. Jeremiah Jadarzajak is the defender, number 25. So the pace has slowed down here a little bit in the last couple minutes. Both teams with a lot of excitement coming off that first whistle, and they were back and forth. But now they're kind of feeling each other out. Long ball, the keeper's there. He's going to dribble around the forward and kicks one past midfield, gets a nice boot on it with that wind advantage. He got it up into the breeze. The Royals down on the near side. Try and send a runner in, but no momentum for Brown. He thinks better of it and gets back into his defensive position. Brown's a 5'10 defender out of Toronto, second year with the club. The breeze picking up here at Acumen Stadium. The sun has gone away. Saba sends a nice ball down the right side. Beautiful down the right. The Saints have it. Mastriani has the ball on the far side. Passes to Saba. Saba boots one in. Headed away by the defender. That was Vanderkruk. And that's going to be a corner. So a nice run there by the Saints here in the 10th minute. Saba Mastriani trying to create an opportunity. So Sevi Oglin is getting ready for the corner. Let me see, he's got that wind advantage if he can hook one. Instead, they just do the short pass on the give and go, and it's back to Sevi. Sevi boots it in. It's curving, but just past the goal on the far side, sailing past the goal line. That's going to be another goal kick. So a nice opportunity for Sevi off the corner kick. As Dirks lines up his goal kick. We're 0-0. Both teams, one shot for the Saints, one save for the Royals. So, again, still in that feeling out period, the first game of the regular season. Big match at center. Sevi couldn't come away with that one. Brown kicks it all the way back to Vanderkruk. Vanderkruk to midfield. That ball's turned over. Galtieri. Battle on the far side, past the line. That's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. This Saints team played Redeemer a couple times last season. During the regular season, defeated Redeemer 4-0 back on September 22nd. They met up again in the qualifying round on October 18th, where the Saints again were victorious, this time 3-0, knocking Redeemer out. And these teams are going to be definitely familiar with each other. This season they actually match up twice. They're going to be back against each other next week, but over at Redeemer College this time. So they'll be playing twice in a span of 7 days. So they'll be definitely familiar with each other. Vanderkruk slowly brings the ball up the middle, and the ball gets returned to him immediately, and he goes back to Dirks. Down the far side for the Royals. They look for a lane. That looks like Saba it is. Saba takes control of it. Over to Mayu. Mayu looks for a runner down the wing, but just coughs the ball up. Brown now the near side, looking for a lane. He's got two defenders in the neighborhood. Packlin, the first time we've seen him, he goes down. On the far side, the Saints have it. Looks like Galtieri. Looking for a lane. He's got two defenders and turns the ball over. That ball's trickling all the way to the line. And that looks like it's going to be a corner kick. So a bit of a miscommunication by the Royals there leads to a corner kick here in the 13th minute. You can see the wind on both flags there really whipping on the referee on the far side. Number 13, that's Nick Moscatello getting ready to line it up. The 5'9 defender from Windsor, holding names high in his second season. Getting ready to put the left boot on it. Curves one in, headed high and over the crossbar by the defender. They're going to have another corner. So it's a nice hard line drive corner kick from the left footer Moscatello, and they'll look to do it again. Silva in the box for the Saints. Another left foot, a little higher. The keeper is able to catch that one in the air and run to safety. It's a line shot to the middle of the field, pushed by the Saints. They play on, and that ball is going to sail past the boundary into the training table, and it'll be a throw in for the Saints. Saba now looking for somewhere to go, dribbles around midfield. Vanini, again, very animated on the sideline. You saw that in the last matchup where his direction pretty much led to that second goal, that tying goal. The Saints unable to do anything with it and ended up losing 3-2. But he was definitely directing traffic from that sideline. And that ball sails into the bench of the Royals, and they'll be able to throw it in. There's Matt Hahn on the far side. Again, his third year with the club. There's a scrum on the far side, and again, that ball is going to be awarded to the Royals. Near side is Brown with the ball. Puts it in the center of the field. Brown and Vanderkrook working together. A scrum for the ball, and the Saints look to come away with it. They have. And that ball trickles out past the line. And that'll be a throw-in for the Saints. Moscatello throws it in. 0-0. That's Silva battling that ball midfield for the Royals. Looking for a lane down the far side. And that ball crosses the line. That's going to be a throw-in for the Saints on the far side. They look to move quickly. And they now slow it down. They throw it to Saba but in the middle of the field. Saba kicks it right into the defender. Susko now at midfield. Up to Mayu. Mayu looks to keep control, but he loses possession on the turnover. Chips it upfield. Nice pass by Vanderkrook. Unable to get his forward the ball. Left boot, nice touch. The Saints slow possession at midfield. Sab again, all over that midfield. Whenever there's a ball in the midfield, you always see that big number 37 all over it. He'll definitely be a leader on this team this season. His fourth season. 5'8" out of Leamington, Cardinal Carter High School. Big throw in on the far side. All the way into the box. Saba is there. A player calling for a handball from St. Clair. Saying that the Royals might have got a hand on it. No whistle. That was Silva waving his arms in the air. Couple of headers. The Saints, it looks like they're going to come away with this one. That's Oglin. Oglin, nice little touch to the middle of Silva. Silva back to Oglin. Oglin looks to get the left boot. Can't get a shot off. A race for the ball on the far side. They got something going. Packlin, the forward goes down. That ball's heaved to midfield quickly. Packlin had 3 goals for this team last year. The most goals for anyone that's still with the team. Their leader was Oldejans, Garrett Oldejans. He had 5 goals last season on the 3-7 club. Again, they only had 12 goals the entire regular season, so just 1.2 goals per game, so not a huge number for the Royals. They look to improve upon that this season. So on the near side, that's Moscatello. Back and forth with Susko. Just slowly bringing the ball up. They cross midfield. Little three-man game, but Sevi Oglin unable to control that pass, and it sails past the boundary and a throw-in for the Royals. Packlin will leave that ball for Brown to throw. The Royals have it just past midfield. Packlin's the big number 17, big 6'2" out of Milton, the forward, Milton District. That ball's headed away. Oglin reels it in. Nice pass through the legs of the defender. Packlin has it. Big boot towards the center of the field. That sails over everyone, and it's going to find its way past the boundary line, up against the fence. And it'll be a Saints throw-in. So we're almost at 19 minutes completed. Long way to go in this one. Not a lot of shots. 2 for the Saints, 1 for the Redeemer Royals, 1 save apiece for each of the keepers. Gaudreau for the Saints, and Dirks for the Redeemer Royals. That's Zion Brown with the ball. He's working with Vanderkrook. That ball goes far side. 2 players fall over each other. It looks like it's going to be a foul against the Saints and a free kick. That's number 18, Mastriani. And you'll see these 2 players come together. Mastriani kind of comes on top of him, falling over the Royals player, leading to the free kick on the far side, just past midfield. Big boot into the box. Header from the Royals. And the Saints will head it away and kick it. Looks like into the stands, about 4 or 5 rows deep. So that'll be a throw-in. That ball gets retrieved by the fans. You don't get to keep the ball here at Acumen Stadium when you catch a soccer ball. So Zion Brown defended nicely by the Saints. And that'll be another throw-in for Brown on the far right corner. This time it's going to be a corner. That one heads way out. I know I have to call out play-by-play man Justin Prince, who loves those balls heading into the parking lot. So that's one for you, Justin. Calling the softball games behind us at the sports park. The St. Clair Saints women's team winning their first game of the year, and they're getting ready to play another one shortly. Defended nicely by the Saints. They clear it away. The Royals regain possession in the left boot. That ball's reeled in by the Royals in the corner. So the Saints have to protect. Nice steal. And they should get it out, and they do. So a couple players go down. That looks like it's going to be another foul against the Saints. That's Mastriani again. And you'll see him give him that little shove in the back right into Saba's legs. Could have been dangerous for Saba having a player fall into his legs like that. And Saba now sprinting out after this one. The goalkeeper way out of the box, almost at midfield. And there's a whistle. And there was an offside flag on the near side. So the Saints have it. Saba, nice little move past the defender. Galtieri has it on the far side. 2 defenders on him. Little shove. No foul called. And the Royals are able to clear it out. And they have a run down the far side. That's Packlin. Packlin, 2 defenders on him. But the Royals come away with it. Big right boot towards the center. That's going to roll past everyone just past the goal line. That'll be a goal kick. Brandon Gaudreau The 6-foot goalkeeper out of Windsor, St. Joseph High School, third season. An experienced keeper for Steve Vanini on the back line for the St. Clair Saints. Nice little give and go action. The Saints come away with it. It's Oglin. Oglin to the middle of the field. They got some runners. Look on the far side. He's going to touch it to the corner. He does. Looking for the crossing pass. High up into the air, and that's going to go past the goal line. That's going to be another corner for the Saints. Just past the halfway mark of the first half. 0-0. Earlier we saw the Redeemer Royals win 3-2 on a goal in the 90th minute. Joelle Mitten, the speedster for the Royals, gave Redeemer the win as they go to 1-0, and the Saints women fall to 0-1. Both teams, they'll be back at it tomorrow, the Saints will. Again, we have all the action. WeDigital.ca in partnership with Saints Athletics to help bring you all this action. Again, the left boot. This ball in the center. Got a shot. Defenseman. Oh, tries a Pele kick and unable to put it in. Silva with a beautiful attempt. Big shot, and the defender saved that one, I believe. And he goes for the old bicycle / Pele kick and unable to keep it below the bar. So a big chance for St. Clair to get on the board here. But this game remains tied at 0. Keeper just chips it up, but it's stolen away by the Saints. Left foot centering. They got a couple guys there. Here comes a big left foot. Oglin getting chased by 2-3 defenders. Saba, the big boot. Again, someone calling for a handball. No whistle. So the Saints applying a lot of pressure here in the 26th minute, but unable to get one past the line. Matthew Dirks holding solid. He also had a defender helping him on that last one. We didn't catch a number, but it looks like he got a lot of that shot that came in. And as the sun breaks through the clouds for the first time in this match. St. Clair will regroup back in their own end. That's number 7, Susko, Justin Susko. Ball on the far side, stolen away. Packlin. And the Saints will have it on the far side. That looks like Davia, number 4. Packlin steals, defended nicely. The player goes down, but that ball was away. They'll play on. Looks like give me a foul on the Saints. Kind of gave a tug of the jersey to help them gain an advantage. And we'll see. There's getting ready for the throw in on the far side. 6 shots now for the Saints. So they're definitely applying some pressure. They're going to roll this all the way back to the keeper and regroup. Just playing catch now with his defenders. And finally the goaltender kicks one, but it's turned over right away. The Saints have it. But Zion Brown steals right back. He's got a man down the right side. He tries to send them. He does, but unable to corral it is Caden Smith. That was that forward we talked about from Northside High School in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Had a great high school career, but we'll see how it translates to OCAA soccer action here in Canada. There's Oglin. Oglin had a head of steam there, but the defender's able to stop him in his path. Packlin working one-on-one. Now Oglin helps. Saba is just everywhere on the field. Royals look to go far side. That's going to sail well over everybody up against the fence. And that'll be a throw-in for the Saints. So 0-0 in the first half. Game number 2, match number 2 of the day. The Saints women fall in match 1. The men look for a little bit of a redemption against Redeemer. There's a foul called against the Saints. Silva pleading his case to no avail. Number 4 is down. That's Derek Prue, the 6-foot defender from Burlington. École Secondaire Vanier. As the referee checks on him. Kind of feeling that shoulder. Might have went hard on that shoulder when he went down. Looks like he'll be able to stay in this match as he gets ready for the free kick. Ball's back in as it rolls back to the keeper. Towards midfield, it's turned over. The Saints have it. They look for a run down the far side, just too far ahead, and they're going to let that roll all the way down past the goal line. That'll be a goal kick. We're approaching half an hour played here. A little over an hour still to go in this match. We're at Acumen Stadium here on the beautiful campus of St. Clair College. Opening weekend of OCAA action. Men's soccer. A throw in again for the Saints. Saba has it. Saba is just everywhere right now. Number 37 for the St. Clair Saints. He was a solid midfielder for the team last season as well. Didn't get any goals during the regular season, but definitely an integral part of this team last year and especially this year with the amount of losses they've had to this team. So Saba pushes it to the near side. Moscatello looking for a run. He's got Sevi Oglin with him. A little give and go. Moscatello's got a couple defenders. Looks for the left boot to center. Defender clears just outside the box. Nice job to get it away from Sevi Oglin. Left boot, they got someone on the far side. He's got a lane in, no flag. Sevi's in with the goal! Sevi Oglin with the first goal of the season. He sprints to the corner to celebrate. The team follows him. The 5'2" forward out of Windsor. St. Joseph High School in the 31st minute. Sevi Oglin. Beautiful play by the Saints. That's Mayu. And you can see to the offside, almost an offside, but just kicks it beautifully, centering. And Oglin with the goal. The Saints take a 1-0 lead. And the ball back in play now as St. Clair now leads 1-0. Foul called and Redeemer will have the ball. We're in the 32nd minute. We'll get our score bug up to date there shortly. It's 1-0 St. Clair. Redeemer coming down the middle of the field. Gets the ball to Sevi. A big left boot. A race down the far side. That's Silva. Silva looking for some help. He just kicks a high ball to the center. Saints still have possession in the box. Right at the edge. And that's back to Sevi Oglin again. And they'll regroup with Saba, excuse me. So the Saints with possession with a 1-0 lead. Through the referee's legs to Saba. Saba finds Sevi Oglin on the near side, the left boot centering. And the Royals are just going to look to clear this one, and there they do. Nice defense to keep that ball from getting by them. They got a runner, but nowhere near that ball as the Saints go back and get it. So we had some excitement finally here. The Saints were putting up quite a few shots. They have 7 now, but they finally get one past goalkeeper Matthew Dirks. And the Saints trying to match or improve on that 7-2-1 record from last year. During an exhibition, talking with Steve Vanini, they played Conestoga, who's a perennial star. There's your goal in the 31st minute. That's Sevi Oglin. But they played Conestoga during an exhibition game, and he told me he didn't even think their team touched the ball in the first half. Conestoga was that good. So adjustments need to be made with this team. It's doubtful they're going to be a high-scoring team, but if the other team doesn't score, you're going to win a lot of matches. So it looks like we have some subs coming in at midfield for the Royals. There they are there. A couple of Royals coming in. Number 14 was one of them. That's Jaden Forrest Coolin. I think that was 21. Eli Muda is the other sub coming in. Muda 6'1" out of Ottawa in his 3rd year. Coolin 5'11" from Whitby, Ontario. So we're waiting for the throw-in. We get the whistle now on the far side. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half here at Acumen Stadium. Busy day here at the college. Got 3 softball games behind us, 2 involving the St. Clair Saints, 2-time national champions. This is match number 2 of soccer here at Acumen. Then there's the big OFC football game tonight as the Hamilton Hurricanes come to town to take on the devastating St. Clair College football team. Last week, a team only made it to halftime against the Saints before they threw in the towel. So a foul on the far side. The Royals will have the ball on the free kick. So we've just passed the 35th minute, and it's 1-0. The referee paces off. No defenders in the area. And now Saba kind of goes to keep him honest, as does number 18, Mastriani. The referee puts Mastriani where he feels he should be standing. The big right boot coming. Kind of chips one up into the middle of the box. Headed towards the net. Big kick, one hopper, and that's easily a goal in the back of the net. Redeemer puts it in. They had a little bit of trouble. And the Redeemer Royals have evened this one up at 1. We'll see on the replay. Nobody there. The goalkeeper, nothing he can do. A scramble in the crease, and there's number 9 with the goal. That's Carter Vanderkrook, the defender. We've seen him and his brother Brendan in the back line doing a great job for this team. So in the 36th minute, they even it up. The Saints have the possession now on the far side. That's Saba. So this one's even at 1 now. We're in the 37th minute. Oglin on the near side. He's got Moscatello with him. Kind of slices it off the end of his foot. The Saints retain possession. So only the 3rd shot for Redeemer, and they're able to get one past Brandon Gaudreau. Oglin goes down hard, just outside the box, so no penalty shot, but they're going to have nice position, it looks like. As you see the replay, 3 defenders, and Sevi Oglin flies to the turf, but they're going to have nice position for this free kick. You'll see the referee pace it off to put the defenders back. And then here's the goal again on the scramble. The keeper gets 2 hands on it, but Vanderkrook just chips it home to even it up. Carter Vandercrook with the goal is 5'11" out of Flamborough, Ontario, Hamilton District Christian Secondary. And that free kick just flies over the net. Not what he was looking for from that close of a distance. Didn't give his team a chance on that one. So there's the goal scorers. Oglin back in the 31st minute, Vandercrook in the 36th. And we're tied here, 1-1. We're now in the 39th minute. Saba looks to have stolen, and he does. He's got possession on the far side, just keeps it in bounds. Centering ball, Sevy's there. Oh, big save! Dirks just saves a goal. Sevy almost had his second one. Beautiful crossing pass. Sevy got a lot on it, and the keeper doing a tremendous job for the Royals. Matthew Dirks, 5'10" from Burlington, Notre Dame Catholic Secondary School. Second year with the team. Dirks had a rough go of it last year, 1-5 record. But keeping his team in this one in the first half here with about 6 minutes to go. So Oglin having a tremendous first half, scores the goal, and he's been everywhere. Almost got his second. Saba has been a strong force for the Saints. Big collision. They're going to play on. Another Saint goes down. That was Saba. One-on-one on the near side. Looking for the right boot. Defended nicely. Kicked away. Almost kicked his own goalkeeper. And that's the other Vandercrook, number 5, Brendan Vandercrook. Zion Brown. And that'll be a throw-in awarded to the St. Clair Saints. We're tied at 1. We're approaching 40 minutes. And there's some of the players we saw earlier, some of the Saints. They played a strong match. They tied it up 2-2 late, but gave up that really late goal to Mitten to lose 3-2. The Saints have it again. Galtieri down the far side, defender on him. That ball gets pushed past the boundary. That'll be a throw-in awarded to St. Clair. There's a look at the clock as we get our score bug fixed for you. We're in the 41st minute. Might see a minute or two of added time here in the first half. We'll keep an eye on the referee once we hit that 45th minute mark. The Saints elect to throw it all the way back to regroup. Nice sprinting by the Saints. He's taken down. No foul. They play on. That ball heads towards the line. He can't keep it past the goal line. That's going to be a goal kick. And that heads back to Dirks as they get that ball off the field. And the ball in play is with the keeper right now. 9 shots to 4. 2 saves apiece for each of the keepers. Dirks has had a couple of tremendous saves in this one. And then there was another missed on the bicycle kick, Pele kick earlier as well. So the Saints have had opportunity. They were able to get one past the keeper, but that's it so far. Here comes Sevy down the far side, just unable to keep it inside the boundary line. Turned over again, the Saints have it. Coach Vanini says this team has to be a hustle team. They're not going to win on talent alone with this team. They got to outwork the other team. They lost 39 of their 41 goals from that last season. Players that have graduated or moved on. Silva, the only returning player that scored last season during the regular season. So 1-1. He says they're going to need to win some low-scoring matches. Saints come away with it just past midfield. That's Susko, Justin Susko on the far side. Gives it up and has it again. But turns the ball over at midfield. The Royals have it. Big number 25. That's Jeremiah on the far side. And he's down at the moment. I didn't see what happened to him. Look like he's holding his right knee a little bit, and he's definitely favoring that. Well, that's actually number 4, Paolo Davia. So, and there's Coach Vanini, lots of energy. He's already been up and down the sidelines for 90 minutes during the women's game, and now he's put in another 45 minutes in this one. So he's definitely getting his steps in, even within that coach's box. His 7th year at the college. The OCAA Coach of the Year on the women's side last season. Be a throw in on the far side for the Royals. They boot the ball on the far side. Sesko rushes back, kind of makes a move on the defender, or on the forward, and gets around him. The Saints looking for another run or two here as we're in the last minute or two of the first half. They got a run down the side. That's Galtieri. The flag is up. And they'll turn the ball over to the Royals. Galtieri, number 21, 5'10", out of Kingsville. Another Cardinal Carter player in his 3rd year. 3 Cardinal Carter players out of Leamington on this St. Clair Saints team. Saba, Max Rahi to go along with Galtieri. Saints player goes down hard. And they're going to have a free kick in a pretty good position as Galtieri went down hard there. There's another player that Coach Vanini mentioned that they're going to need a lot out of this season. They got to find some goals if they're going to compete in the OCAA this year. So Saba, number 37, is right there along with Mastriani. Saba looks like he's going to take it as the referee aligns the defense. The Saints had a runner down the far side. They were trying to get a timing play on the far side. Vanini, again, active almost at midfield, trying to direct traffic from 60 yards away. So let's see what kind of play they got. They got on the far side. It was a nice idea, almost like a reverse alley-oop you see in basketball. Kind of roll off the screen, and Gualtieri kind of went to the net. Saba just got a little too much on it and sent it too far. So we're past the 45th minute now. We're just waiting on added time. We're probably looking at a couple minutes of added time. Left boot coming now from the Saints in the corner. Nice air on it. Headed away by the Royals. And that's coming to the near sideline. Oglen boots it back to midfield. Going to go safely back to the keeper. And we're going to keep an eye on the referee. And there's the halftime whistle. So it's halftime. We're deadlocked at 1. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with you here on We Digital along with St. Clair Saints Athletics.
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I was just at a buddy's watching a game.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
I had a couple beers.
Thanks. Can I ask you to step out of the vehicle, please?
How many drinks does it take to impair your ability to drive safely? Having even just a few casual drinks can impair your driving ability to the point that you could lose your license for at least 3 days or more.
Hi, honey. Can you come pick me up?
Play it safe with alcohol. If you plan on drinking, don't plan on driving.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Welcome back to Acumen Stadium. Second half action getting ready to start on the pitch here. St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario. We're tied at 1 here in the first, after the first half. The St. Clair Saints just coming back onto the field now from the locker room. And there's your goal scorers for the first half. Sevi Oglin got things going in the 31st minute. And that was Carter Vanderkrook in the 36th minute to even things up. The shot advantage goes towards the St. Clair Saints. 9 shots to 4 and a couple of saves for each team. So we talked about in the first half, a lot of transition for this team. Mike Baraslewski deserves a lot of credit for this team. 32 years he was with the team. 174 wins, including 133 regular season wins. So, and then capping it off last season with the national championship bronze medal. A great career for Mike, and we want to thank him for a great career and a great job here at St. Clair College. Steve Vanini takes over for him as the interim head coach. Steve doing double duty with both the men's and women's team. The women fell earlier today 3-2 to these Redeemer Royals. We're going to be back at it tomorrow at 1 and 3 o'clock as Mohawk comes to town. So the women will look to get their first win of the season. They're getting ready to put the ball in the play. There's the coaching staff, Coach Vanini. Getting ready for the opening whistle here. My name is Dan Dominguez. I'd like to thank you for joining us all day here at We Digital, a partnership along with Saints Athletics to bring you this broadcast. Lots of action at the sports park today. The St. Clair Saints softball team behind us in the second inning, tied at 0 last we saw, as they had a win earlier against Sheridan. They're the 2-time national championships, and they've gone through a lot of change this season as well. Shaylin Murphy, the most familiar face of that team, but lots of new faces over there for the women's team. So a throw in for the far side. We're tied at 1. That's Zion Brown again with the quick throw-in. He's their throw-in specialist. They're going to go all the way back to the keeper, Dirks. Dirks had a tremendous first half, a couple of big stops, one by their defender as well. The Saints put on quite a bit of pressure in that first half, but was only able to get one past the keeper. And then in the 36th minute, the Royals were able to even it up. So the wind advantage now at the backs of the Royals. This breeze is supposed to pick up throughout the day. Down the left side, the Royals have it. Left foot right at the keeper. That's Carter Vanderkrook with the shot again. Gaudreau with the save. And we have OFC football here. You see the shot off the left boot. No problem there from the keeper. OFC football tonight as the Hamilton Hurricanes come to town to take on the powerhouse St. Clair Saints football team. That'll be 7:30 tonight as the Saints look to remain undefeated as they roll through the Ontario Football Conference. So that's the other Vanderkrook on the far side, Brendan. Player goes down, no whistle. That's just a throw-in. The Saints have it. Oh, the referee now stops play. And the ball is going to go in the other direction. So the Royals have possession. Off the forehead of the St. Clair player. The Royals have it on the far side. In the middle, has a little bit of room. Stolen away by the Saints. And they look to get the ball to the outside, but safely get it back to the defender. And then now the keeper, Gaudreau, 6-foot keeper from Windsor St. Joseph's High School. Saba unable to get to that one. The Royals have it midfield, but Saba defends. Mastriani now on the near side, flirts with the boundary line, keeps it in. Galtieri, big collision. He goes down hard. And the player's talking a little bit. The referee separates. We'll see if we have another look at that one. Here it comes. We'll see a big collision coming up just on the pan here. And there it is. Nothing really they can do. The backside going into the Saints player. The Saints will have the possession. Nothing intentional there, just a lot of contact. Galtieri now got some speed, boots one up just over the net. A nice effort there by the Saints. That was Paulo Davia with the run on the right side. Just chipped it a little too high and sails over the crossbar for the goal kick. Davia, the 5'10" defender out of Windsor in his third season. And there was a flag on that one as well on the near side. The near side referee was just blocked out of my line of sight. So it wouldn't have counted even if it went in. The Saints go back to the keeper. Turnover, and that's a goal for the Royals. A terrible turnover by the Saints, and that leads to a goal. So a big mistake there in the 50th minute as they come over to celebrate with the Brazil flag. That was number 10, Barbosa, coming over to celebrate. He's from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So a big mistake in the 50th minute. Barbosa capitalizes, and Redeemer takes a 2-1 lead. So substitutes now for the Saints. So a big mistake in their own zone, coughing the ball up. And Barbosa capitalizes, the 5'10" forward. Gives the Redeemer Royals the lead. So we'll see how the Saints can rebound after that mistake. A tug of the jersey by Oglin, and that'll give possession to the Royals on the foul. So a big momentum shift early in the second half here at Acumen Stadium. That's over. He's just in the box. Number 10, Barbosa, looking for a second goal. He had a shot. It was a beautiful kick from midfield, and they're still celebrating at midfield. There's Barbosa, the goal scorer in the 50th minute. The goal along with Vanderkruk in the 36th and Oglin way back in the 31st minute. So the Royals putting on the pressure. Big boot over the keeper and the crossbar now. And that'll be a goal kick for the Saints. Got a couple of soccer balls on the field now. They get rid of one as the keeper finds the one he wants. The Saints have it on the far side, approaching midfield, chips it up over everyone. That's Oglin again. Sevi Oglin going up against the big number 5, Brendan Vanderkruk. About a 1 foot difference there. The 6'2" defender against the 5'2" forward. Oglin has it. Centered it to Mayu. Mayu was a second-team All-Star last year on the St. Clair squad. Bronze medal in the national championship. Turned over. Redeemer takes possession. That's Barbosa, kicks it near side. We have a 50-50 ball. The Saints come away with it, but the Royals take it right back. So near side, that's Alvis. Good play by the Saints to get out of trouble. Big collision. They do stop the play. That's going to be a foul on the Royals. Some Redeemer fans down to our left not too happy with that call.
Hey fans, just a reminder, please stay in the seats and not along the railing as the class may.
So we're in the 53rd minute. Saba pushes it to the near side. That's Vieri. Big collision. That ball just trickles past the line, and they're going to slow things down. You see Barbosa put his hands up, just say, slow things down, calm it down. Redeemer has the 1-goal lead. They don't need to do anything silly. It looks like we have a sub coming on the far side now. And there's a look at the substitute, seeing who they want in. Looks like 25 is coming off for the Saints. Jedder Zajac coming off, number 25. 6'2" out of Windsor. St. Joe's in his first year. And the sub on for the Saints. As we're into the 54th minute, the Redeemer Royals lead 2-1 against the St. Clair Saints. Opening weekend here in OCAA soccer action. OCAA action all across the province this weekend. That looked like Alex Artico, the substitute for the Saints. Artico. I know the Saints baseball team is up at Sioux College playing a pair of games. The women's softball behind us, 2 games as well, and another 2 tomorrow. Saints have a run on the far end. Lots of contact, no whistles, and that's going to end up being a corner kick. A nice run on the far side by Paolo Davia, 5'10" defender out of Windsor. Looks like they're going to end up calling it a foul on Davia. There was a lot of contact. And you can see the referee kind of warning Davia on the excessive contact. No yellows or reds. We didn't see any in the women's game either. The big boot past half feet. The keeper has to come way out of his net. And that ball goes straight up, and you can see the wind grab it as soon as it gets above the stadium. It blows it back towards the Saints' direction. So a definite wind advantage for Redeemer here in the second half, but the Saints are going to have to overcome. That ball trickles past the goal line. And that's going to be a corner. It looks like Brown in the corner, but he's just going to leave it for his teammate. Leandro Alves will take the corner for Redeemer. The shots are 9-6 for the Saints. Both goalies with a pair of saves. Alves getting ready to put the right boot on it. A group of blue shirts getting ready to make their run towards the net. It's headed away by the Saints defense. Out of trouble for now. But it's sent right back in, but too far past the goal line. That's going to be a goal kick. Alves tried to get that one as he comes sprinting to the near sideline now, but it was just out of his reach. The Saints put the ball back quickly. As Vieira, he's going to go all the way back to the keeper. Gaudreau will set things up. Saints go far side now. The referee has to sidestep from that pass. Defended nicely by the Royals. Sabin now midfield. Looking for some green turf to run to. He decides to go on the far side. Now he's passed it off to Justin Susko. Susko tries to send a runner in. He's got Sevi up there. That ball is going to go past the line. Looks like Sevi Oglin, and that looked like Galtieri as well. They've been a force on the front line for the Saints today. Another sub getting ready to come in for, looks like St. Clair. Number 4, Davia, is coming off. And there's the new Saint into the match. That's Nicholas Rahi, 5'11" midfielder from Leamington, Ontario, one of those Cardinal Carter players we talked about. And alone on the keeper, defended at the last second nicely by St. Clair, saving a huge opportunity. That was number 2, Patrick Mayu, the midfielder coming all the way back. He's from Amherstburg. And you watch number 2 come out of nowhere. Mayu just get that left foot on it. And to keep this one from getting away from the Saints, a 3-1 lead here at this point would be tough to overcome. That was Stephen Barnhorn for the Royals trying to put this one away. Saba has it far side midfield. Playing a little two-way action with Sevi Oglin. Oglin now rolls it in far side. Couple of headers. And the Royals are trying to clear it away, and they do. That ball trickles past the line, but that's going to be a throw-in for the Royals. That's Brown with a throw-in. They're going to go back to the defender. That's Vanderkrook, Brendan Vanderkrook. Carter Vanderkrook had the first goal for the Redeemer Royals way back in the 36th minute. Barbosa had one in the 50th. That took the lead for Redeemer. Redeemer would love to get out of here. The pair of wins between the women's and men's makes the bus ride home a lot better with both teams victorious. But we still have half an hour to go in this one. That one's past the goal, the end line again, and a quick throw-in. The Saints right on the logo, trying to regroup in their own side. That's Justin Susko trying to send a runner up, but they have two defenders on him. Saba getting in and steals it away. So Saba working with Artico to steal that one. On the near side's Rahi. Rahi to Galtieri. Galtieri at the left boot, nobody home. That one's getting close to the end line. They do call it, and it's going to be a corner for the Saints. So the Saints have an opportunity to try and get back into this one. They trail by a goal, half an hour to go. Left boot coming from the Saints. On the near side of the post. And it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. And there's some nachos and cheese on a cold day. Let's see if she makes a mess on herself while she's on camera or not. No, she's clean with that one. Here at Acumen Stadium, we got the Tiki Hut over to the side with all the snacks for the fans in the stands. She finally acknowledged she was on camera. Saba boots one in there. Little short hop. Sevi, he's everywhere. Sevi Oglin has definitely been the star player for these Saints today. Him, Galtieri, and Saba seem to be everyone on the front line. They've gotten one past the keeper, but that's it so far. Still quite a bit of time in this one for the Saints to come back. A left boot down the far side. Nicely dropped in by the midfielder. Moscatello tries to handle it, and he's got the throw in. Quickly to Sevi Oglin. Oglin tries to get past the defender, loses possession, and the Royals take it. He's got some space. That's Barbosa, the goal scorer. Kind of a free ball, and the Royals take advantage of it. That one's going to roll, and looks like it's going to make it all the way past the goal line, and it does. And it looks like there's a substitution on the far side. A little break in the action. Don't forget, we got OFC football, 7:30 tonight, We Digital. And I'd like to thank our partners, Saints Athletics, for helping us put these games on for you, WeDigital.ca. Now that school's back in session, you'll be seeing a lot of us on the air. Baseball, softball, soccer, and football. We even have some cross-country coming up for you in the fall. That ball crosses the boundary. It's going to be a throw-in for the Royals. And of course, in the winter session, we'll have the basketball and volleyball seasons in the nice warm gym. Saba tries a slide, unable to do anything with it. Barbosa sends it to the far side. Moscatello battling on the far side with a Royals player. Stolen away by Oglin. Oglin has a couple of defenders on it. He coughs it up. Big boot towards the keeper. A little bit of trouble. And he just punches over. That ball's headed in. The keeper can't do anything with it. That looked like Barbosa again. It is. Gaudreau had all sorts of trouble with that one. And Barbosa in the 64th minute has created a 3-1 lead for Redeemer. It seemed like a harmless kick from, must have been 30 yards out. And you can just see it floating. He punches it on the crossbar. Twice it bounces off the crossbar and just easily headed home. The big collision there. Barbosa puts it in. The goalkeeper looks no worse for wear. And the bench is happy on that side. That's Matt Hahn along with his coaching staff, Ryan Slutz and Daniel Wyant. So things are going well for the Royals here today. Nice footwork there by 24, Rahi. Nicholas Rahi tries to send one up to Sevi Oglin on the far side. Not far enough. So a harmless little kick in, and it just floated on the keeper, Brandon Gaudreau, and he couldn't do anything. He punched it once, kind of hung on the crossbar for a couple of bounces, and Barbosa made no mistake. There's your goal scorers. Oglin way back in the 31st, and it's been all Redeemer since then. Vanderkrook in the 36th, Barbosa in the 50th and 64th minute. As that ball sails away deep into the parking lot, up against a team bus, it looks like. And the Saints having a rough time of it. Still out shooting Redeemer 10-8, but the scoring chance is obviously going in favor of the Redeemer Royals today. So the ball's at midfield again. They're going to try and send them in, but Gaudreau is back to keep that one from going in. Royals able to take a few more chances now with that little bit of a cushion with a 3-1 lead. We're at about 25 minutes to go in this one, 66th minute. The Saints are going to have to kind of step it up a notch here if they're going to want to get back into this one. That ball's going to sail past the sidelines. The Saints hustling back because they don't have a ton of time to make up this 2-goal lead. They quickly throw it in. The wind seems to be gusting a little bit more. And it's gusting in their face, so that's going to make things even a little bit more difficult. They're going to have to keep the ball low. Back to Gaudreau again. They try to get a ball to Saba. He likes that effort to center. The defender just made a nice slide, and that'll be a throw-in. The referee doesn't like it. They're going to wait for a substitution before the throw-in. Looks like we have players from both teams coming in. Looks like number 3 coming off. That's Antonio Vieira coming off. Both teams back with 11 aside now. And that's Paulo Davia coming back on for the Saints. Saba on the far side, right to the middle of the logo. That's Justin Sesko. Tries a little touch pass, unsuccessful. 2-on-2 now. Far side, nothing going there. That was Caden Smith, number 11, 6-footer out of Jacksonville, North Carolina. In his first game in the OCAA. Galtieri trying to beat his man. Cut off nicely by the defender. Ball's loose. And finally the goaltender falls on top of it. Nice effort by Galtieri. The keeper decides just to roll it to the defender. They're playing a little keep away action from the Saints. They turn it over. They got a little too cute with it. Saba now just sails past the 5'2" forward, Sevi Oglin. Got a 2-on-1. He's going to look for the cross. There's the cross. Kicked away nicely by Davia. Good hustle back. Number 4, that's Paulo Davia, a 5'10" defender from Windsor. Doing a good job to keep this one still at 3-1. That'll be a corner now for the Redeemer Royals. They have a 2-goal lead. It's been all Redeemer in this second half. Kind of a low kick. No blue shirts in the vicinity. A couple of headers, and St. Clair looks to hustle back to get it, and he's going to let that ball go past the line. That's going to be a goal kick. You can see on the goalpost the wind starting to whip a little bit. Even you see on the jerseys of some of the players that wind kind of blowing. Going to make it even more difficult for a Saints comeback today. Still have 20 minutes to go. That's Brown looking for the throw-in. And the Royals just carefully setting up their next play, and they're going to go almost all the way back. Left boot down the middle. That's going to sail over everyone, but they got a man on the near side. That's Vanderkruk. Carter Vanderkruk gets knocked down hard. Referee shaking his head no. And that'll be a goal kick. Davia, a little bit of contact from the backside, but not enough to warrant any fouls or penalty kicks. So it looks like a substitution on the far side. That's number 7, Leandro Alves, coming out of the match. We're now inside of 20 minutes to go in this one. New player on the far side for the Redeemer Royals. The boot down the near side, quickly taken, headed by the Royals. And they're getting through again. That's Muda. Stolen away by the Saints, and they regain possession on the near side. Rahi with the ball. Gets it to the middle to Saba. Oglin unable to get anything going. Just out of the outstretched leg of Rahi. And Redeemer's in again, but defended nicely by the Saints. So Redeemer putting a lot of pressure on the Saints' back line, and they can't get anything going like they did in the first half. The momentum definitely on the side of the Royals. That 2-goal lead, they can take a few more chances to try and put this game away. Saba with the big boot to midfield. That's Rahi. Rahi has Oglin in. Oglin chips it. And the keeper is able to knock it away from the net. A beautiful effort by both Oglin and the keeper, Matthew Dirks, to keep this game at 3-1. The speed of Sevi Oglin, definitely a force to be reckoned with. He's had close to almost 3 goals. He had one earlier that was saved, so that's his 3rd shot on net. One has gotten past the keeper, but 2 have been rejected. Saints chipping into the corner. That looks like it went off a Saints player. It did, and that'll be a throw-in for the Royals. Looks like and another substitution on the far side. Barbosa thought it was for him, but they don't want him. He stays on. He's a goal away from a hat trick here. Oh, it is Barbosa. He just decides to come off on the near side. Barbosa has scored twice. He scored in the 50th and 64th minute. To break this one open a little bit, he acknowledges the crowd. The Redeemer has a bit of a following here in the grandstands at Acumen. Oh, it looks like a card's coming out, and there's the first card of the OCAA season. That's Nicholas Rahi receiving the yellow. And the captain now discussing it with the referee. But it looked like 24 Rahi receives the yellow here in the 74th minute. Rahi, a 5'11 midfielder from Leamington, the first year with St. Clair. So the Royals starting to slow things down a little bit now with that 2-goal lead and only about a quarter hour to go. The keeper has to come way out of his goal area. Rahi has it after receiving that yellow card. Comes down the near side. That's Galtieri now at the left boot looking for room. Sends it out to Artico. There's the yellow card on your screen from Rahi. Rahi's came in the 74th minute. They send it to the center. The Saints surrounded by blue shirts. They kick it back out to Davia. Davia cuts it back in. Again, the Saints can't find a lane, and now it's taken away by the Royals. And they got a little thing going on the near side. Slide tackle. Saba can't do anything with it. Vanderkruk gets shoved out of the way. No call. They play on. A good run down the left side by Carter Vanderkruk, who did score that first goal back in the 36th minute for the Redeemer Royals. Sevi Oglin at midfield slows things down to Saba. That's a high ball. It's going to be tough to keep in. The flag is up. That ball crosses the line, so that'll be a throw-in for the Royals. And then another substitution, it looks like, on the far side. Number 20 is coming off for the Saints. Alex Artico, 6'1" out of Windsor, went to Brennan in his 4th season with the St. Clair Saints. And a new defender runs onto the field. That's 25, Jeremiah Jeter-Zajac. So there's Rahi, that was Sevi Oglin. Oglin's kind of been everywhere for the Saints today, getting the lone goal for the home squad. Davia sends it all the way back to the keeper, and Gaudreau will look to get things started again. Saints defenders now, kind of a 3-man game. Saba sends it forward. That's Rahi now with the ball. Big left boot on the far side. It's going to be a race for it. Royals kick it straight up into the air. And the head coming from the 5'2" forward. Oglin getting up there and grabbing it. And that'll be a throw-in for the Saints. Another ball trickles over the line for a throw-in. So the Saints are going to have to get something going here. They need that second goal soon. They got to give themselves some time if they want to try and even this one. Davia, a little 3-man game with Rahi. Back in the center of the field. Big right boot off the crossbar. The rebound. The goalkeeper just trickles out of bounds. A huge shot from 20-plus yards out. Gets all of the crossbar, but stays out of the net. A big boot in the 78th minute. And the Saints unable to capitalize. As they set up for the corner, we'll get a quick look at this big boot. 25 yards out. Can't hit the crossbar any harder than he did there. Another header, and that ball's past the goal line. So lots of substitutions now as we enter the last 12 minutes or so of this one. Keeping the fresh legs on there. The Royals trying to defend that 2-goal lead. Caden Smith, in his rookie game, his first game in the OCAA, comes off. Big goal scorer in his high school career in North Carolina. Comes off for some fresh legs, and it comes right to the new player. That's 15. That's Barhorn. Stephen Barnhorn. The Saints slowly bring it to midfield. A little touch to the outside. Not a lot of room. Just trickling down the line. And it's going to be a throw-in for Redeemer. High throw-in. A couple of headers. Saba trying to come away with it. Nice little touch on the far side by Rahi. Galtieri and Rahi now work their way up the right side, and that ball gets sent over the line. Quick throw-in for the Saints. Saba has it. Saba's going to look to push it. He does. Susko pushes it outside to Rahi. Davia back to Saba. They're going to try the far side of the field this time. Nice move by Mayhew. That's Brown on the far side defending. That'll be a throw-in for St. Clair. Oh, they off the St. Clair player, so that'll be a Redeemer throw-in. So a tough break there for the Saints. And tomorrow we'll be right back at it. I'll be on the call with you again tomorrow as the Mohawk Mountaineers come to town to take on the St. Clair Saints. The women will kick things off at 1 p.m. and the men around 3 o'clock or so. Again, you can see all the action all season long. WeDigital.ca. Check out our YouTube page and in partnership with Saints Athletics to help you bring these broadcasts to you all fall and winter long throughout the school year. The sun glares on the field all of a sudden through a bunch of clouds as we're now in the 82nd minute. So if the Saints can't come back in this one, both teams will be looking for their first win tomorrow against Mohawk. I know the Mohawk women were over on the softball field taking on the St. Clair Saints, women two-time national champions. The Royals look to clear the ball away, and they do to midfield. Stolen away, but stolen right back is Barnhorn. Davia is going to kick it towards the goalkeeper, safely out of trouble. Saba's going to look to get things moving quickly. Rahi now has it. Saints are running out of time. Susko has it, looking for a place to go. They're going to have to really get things going quickly, take some chances to try and get back into this one. They got a chance on the far side. That's Rahi looking for a place to go. Just outside the box, the left boot towards the center. Bounces a couple times, left foot, off the defender. Another shot. He's everywhere. Sevi Oglin is just everywhere. A defender with a great save. And looks like Oglin is down, but he scrapes himself back up as we take a look at the replay. And look at that defender. Didn't get a number. Looked like number 5. That looked like Brendan Vanderkruk, the big defender. Might have got a piece of that one. More substitutions coming. Both teams trying to keep some fresh legs on. And the referee blows the ball back into play on the goal kick. That's Dirks. Past the midfield stripe. Saba comes away with it. Pat to the near side, Rahi. Mayhew looking for a place to go with it. Trying to keep the ball, but it gets stolen away and cleared out by the Royals. The Saints take it right back at midfield. Saba tries to send the runner in. Mastriani has one-on-one on the near side. Saba has some room, but he passes it right to the Royals, and they're going to be able to clear the zone. The player goes flying through the air. That's going to be a foul. And the referee is going to talk to him. And he receives a yellow. So a second yellow card issued as the Royals player looks to get back to his feet. We're in the 85th minute. The Redeemer Royals lead 3-1. Looked like Susko, I believe, with the yellow, but we'll get a confirmation on that. That goes all the way back to the keeper. Kicked away. He got a shot here, but it sails well over the net through the football end zone and out of play. We're looking for a new ball. That one goes past the volleyball courts, and Gaudreau has to go and catch that one. So there's the yellow. It was indeed number 7, Justin Susko, with the second yellow card for the Saints today. Rahi received a yellow card back in the 74th minute. Now Susko in the 85th. Saints are almost out of time here. If they want to try and get back in this opening match of the season. Such a successful season last year. And there's your goal scorers. Barbosa, 50th and 64th. Vanderkruik in the 36th. Carter Vanderkruik. And Oglin, probably the star player for the Saints today, back in the 31st minute to open the scoring. So less than 5 minutes to go. We'll see if the Saints have any last-minute miracles here. They'll try and do a quick throw-in. All the way back to Saba. He'll look to get things started. Kind of the quarterback of this team, Saba is. And speaking of quarterback, don't forget the OFC football tonight, 7:30. St. Clair Saints right back here at Acumen Stadium. Hamilton Hurricanes come to town. The Saints, again, looking for one more opportunity to try and get that second goal past the line. To give them one last shot, but the time is running out. And the Royals are in no hurry to put this ball back into play. Big throw in down the sideline. Just past midfield. Saba looking for a lane. Kicks it back to Susko. Nice little heel pass. The only problem, no white jerseys anywhere near that heel pass. Susko right down the gut, looking for a lane. He's got a little momentum. A little boot on the far side. No flag. The Saints are in the box. Susko gets taken down. They play on. I think Susko is out of gas more than anything else on that one. We'll see how much contact there was there. Not much contact at all to warrant a penalty kick. And we got another substitution. Only a couple minutes ago, I want to thank the crew today. It's been a cold, windy day here at Acumen Stadium. We got producer Tim and Disco Stu on the graphics, and the Flamia boys on camera, Ryan and Alex, doing a great job. We got a couple minutes still to go on this one. The Saints going to try and get some last-second momentum, even if they can't win this one. Try and get some momentum going into tomorrow against Mohawk. Coach Vanini looking for any positives to take into tomorrow. We mentioned earlier, he told me he has to win low-scoring games. They can't afford to give up 3 goals and win too many matches. They just don't have the firepower they had last year. It's a little contact midfield. Royals looking for another one. The keeper back, and good. That's Gaudreau able to get his hands on that one. And we're into the last minute of regular time. There might be a few seconds of added time here, but not too much. They go all the way back to the keeper. Dirks is going to handle it and kick it away past midfield. He gets a really good boot on it all the way to the 25-yard line. Tries the corner kick it, as you may or may not see on the OFC football later tonight. Quick throw in the Saba. And this time back to Gaudreau. So we're almost at that 90-minute mark. Then we'll keep our eye on the lead official for that final whistle. The Saints are able to open the scoring back in the 31st minute with Sevi Oglin, but really haven't done anything since. They had a few chances to get a 2-goal lead, but were never able to capitalize. The referee just checked his watch as I looked at him. Now past the 90th. One last chance here on the right side. Mastriani is keeping the ball in the corner. Mastriani does have it, and that ball gets sent out, and they're going to allow a corner kick. So this could be the last chance for the Saints to get another one on the board as they rush to set up for this corner. Again, looking for a little momentum for tomorrow, even if they can't win this one. Coach Vanini always looking for positives. Hooks that one towards the goal. And Brown heads it away and out of trouble. 2-on-1. They got a sprinter down the right side. Brown wants it. He has a head of steam down the far side. Slide tackled, and the Brown goes flying over top. And it's just going to trickle past the line, looking for the referee. He's saying play on. And you look at the speed from Brown. Susko does a good job keeping up with him. And this one, only seconds must remain. We didn't see any official word of how many added minutes there were. The crowd's starting to make their way out of Acumen Stadium as the keeper has it. Coming down the near side, one more run for the Saints. That's Davia. Davia sends it out. Again, checking the referee. He says throw in. Checks it again. There wasn't a whole lot of added time of injuries, but we're still playing on 2 minutes plus. Sab at midfield. Tries to hit Sevi. And the Saints have it again at midfield. 3-1 Royals, the final seconds of this match. Opening weekend here at Acumen Stadium. One-on-one battle near side. Now 2 defenders. And that ball is kicked down. Again, checking the referee. He's still not looking towards his watch as this ball is trickling towards the line and crosses. We're now almost at 3 minutes of added time. The Saints look to push to try and get one more chance on the offensive zone. And there's the final whistle. The Redeemer Royals celebrate. They win this one 3-1. Sevi Oglin scores for the Saints. Carter Vanderkrook scores one. Barbosa takes over in the second half in the 50th and 64th minute. My name is Dan Dominguez. I'd like to thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, we're going to be right back at it. More Saints soccer on We Digital tomorrow. 1 o'clock the women, 3 o'clock the men as the Saints take on Mohawk. Until then, have a good night. We'll see you then.